Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So I've been pretty outspoken about how I'm just not sold on mixed reality just yet, but I'm determined to try as many experiences as possible to see if my opinion will change over time. Now Valve has sponsored this video. They asked me to check out 2 brand new mixed reality experiences, and since I was already familiar with these games, I was excited to jump in and see what they have to offer. Now the first one is the stealth shooter Espire 2, and the other title is a playful boxing game called Knockout League. Again, I've tried them in the past. We'll see what the mixed reality version is all about. I'm excited to get into this, and will it change my opinion on MR overall? Now for today's video, we're gonna have to head out to my home gym, aka the garage, because my ceilings down in the Mat Cave are actually a little bit too low for the Espire 2 mixed reality experience. But before we head there, I just want to show you guys what Meta is trying to sell mixed reality as right now. This is what they want you to think it is. Don't know anything about Espire 2. It's currently available for the Quest 2 and up. It features a full story-driven campaign that is playable in 2-person co-op, and it is a stealth-based shooter. Now, you'll take on the role of 2 separate frames. Those are the robotic units that you embody, and one is smaller, ideal for stealth, and the other one is bulkier, better for the up-close fights or a lot more action. It's a cool dynamic. It's definitely a great game to play with a buddy, and we're gonna go check out the mixed reality. Now, once you get past the room setup, this can actually be a pretty cool experience. The premise here is you're a brand new agent, and before you're allowed to control one of the Espire frames, you got to go through some training missions. So obviously they're going to be pretty simple, and they're basically like a scaled down version of the real game. You're going to be walking around the room, defusing some bombs, finding some switches, and then heading back to the exit. It's fairly simple. They're quite short, and you have like smaller and larger experiences, but overall you can complete them in a few minutes. Now they do want you to do things like subtly, not waste ammo, and be extra sneaky, not get caught, and then they'll give you a 5-star rating. So if you suck like me, you're gonna constantly get a 1-star rating. Now, all of the gameplay mechanics found in Espire 2 are also available in the mixed reality mode, including things like voice commands where you sneak up on an enemy and say, put your hands up, drop your weapon. That also works. There's the same stealth mechanics. You're gonna defuse bombs and you're gonna relocate bodies. So it's a cool experience to do in your actual house. And I really like when virtual reality or virtual elements blend seamlessly into your real life environment. Sometimes it doesn't blend perfectly, but when it does, it's a really cool experience. But again, all of the gameplay is definitely scaled down even more than the normal campaign storyline mission. Now, to wrap up my opinions on the mixed reality content for Espire 2, the first thing I want to say is I definitely want to give Tripwire some credit for going out on a limb here and just giving us some free mixed reality content. This is a new experience. People are always judged for everything they make. And even though I feel like it's not a refined product, it's not like something you can sell, it's definitely a cool addition to have along with the base game. If they were trying to sell this and be like, hey, here's our new game, yeah, I would say guys steer clear. But otherwise, I definitely recommend any Espire fan checks this out because it shows off the capabilities of mixed reality and gives us a glimpse of how cool the future could be. Okay, so Knockout League is actually a classic PC VR title that released almost 6 years ago. It eventually made its way onto the Quest 2. It's now available for $19.99, and they've also introduced a new free mixed reality mode. Now, the game isn't a boxing sim. It's more an arcadey style boxer with very colorful characters you'll be fighting. Now, it's really like one guy's an octopus and he punches you with multiple hands. So it's quirky like that, but it's a lot of fun and a good workout. The game has a calorie counter if you're into that. It has a training sim similar to something like Thrill of the Fight, where there's speed bags, punching bags. And again, if you want to break a sweat in VR or, just have a fun game that you could switch off between your friends, this is a really cool title to go to. I loved it back in the day when it originally released. So let's go check out the mixed reality and see if it has anything new to offer. Now, checking out the mixed reality mode here, you can see it basically gives you the option to import those fighters from the main game into your IRL environment and then just beat them up there. It's definitely a cool option, especially if you're scared like you're gonna punch a wall. I'm sure many of you guys have done that in VR before, but when you're in pass-through mixed reality, the likelihood of that happening is much less. I'm not saying it's completely impossible because, you know, you might punch through a character. However, it's much less likely. Now, the mixed reality version does also slim down the gameplay a bit. Normally, a boxing match is whoever gets knocked down 3 times or who gets knocked down and can't get back up. But when you play it in mixed reality, it's 1 knockdown. So it's more ideal for like a party environment. You try and beat up the guy. If you lose, you just pass the headset to someone else. A little bit more rapid pace there. Now, I really liked the training aspect. Placing a virtual punching bag in my room is really cool. You know, I'd love for something like that in my gym. It's a great option right there. And I definitely worked out a huge sweat playing this. Now, I did not enable the calorie counter on this one. I do have a watch for that normally, but let me tell you, it's a good workout, just like Thrill of the Fight. Now, one thing I would love the developers to consider is to separate the mixed reality mode and the VR mode. As it stands right now, you need to play through the single player campaign to unlock the enemies in mixed reality. And that was kind of annoying because I might want to play through the whole game in mixed reality and then at one time play through the whole game in virtual reality. I would love for the progression to be saved on both. That's a little nitpick. Honestly, if you already have the game, you most likely unlocked all these characters already. I was playing with a fresh save file because I only ever played this on PC VR. But overall, the mixed reality mode was straightforward. It is a nice, cool, free addition. It works great if you're someone who has a small play space and is always punching walls and stuff. You know, this is also very helpful. And I gotta say, these characters like moving around in your actual space looks pretty damn cool. You know, I like it. Again, is it a major selling point for me? No, but I'm really happy that developers are going out on a limb here, putting this stuff out for us. And it does give us, you know, a little bit more content to play around with. And that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.